Hey, what's up, guys? Time for another journal. Um, so something that I was thinking about earlier today was just sort of reminded about my journey, and my journey to this point, over the last couple of years. And it's just this reminder that, it's so important to always be grateful for what you have, because that is like kind of I would say it is one of the quickest ways to get more of what you need and what you want, what you desire. Um, Obviously, that thinking and that attitude actually came about because partly because of my faith, but also because of something that I believe in, which is the law of attraction. So, the law of attraction says that when you have those feelings of gratitude, when you are feeling thankful for what you have right now, even if what you have right now is very little or however much you have right now, when you are being thankful for your health, your finances, your job, your opportunities, um, anything, when you are being grateful, you are sending out vibes to the universe, and in return, you actually end up getting more of what you're grateful for. So it sounds a little bit like, fantasy, like you can't some people will be thinking it's impossible to just sit around and be thankful, right? I mean, yes, you do need to uh still live your life. You still need to work. You still need to do what you need to do, right? To get through every day. But one of the things that I've learned, at least for myself, in the last couple of years, is that by being thankful for whatever I had, um, helped me to really appreciate what I had or what I have at that point. And through that appreciation, as I received more, I would it would result in me trying to make the most of what I have, and then the cycle repeats. So uh, as I be, as I'm grateful for that, more starts to come in. So eventually, as I get more things along the way, more blessings. Individually, it seems like it's not much. It feels occasionally insignificant, like it's really not a big deal. But eventually, when I at different points in my journey, when I look back on my entire journey up to that point, I would realize that every single one of my blessings, when you sum it all up, it really is a lot. So, um, yeah, when I think back today on all the things that I have right now, I just feel so grateful. You know, sure, I do wish to have more. I do wish to have more money. I do wish to have more time. I wish to have more access to hardware resources, electronics, tools, softwares. There's so many things that I would love to have more of. But I was sort of reminded that, instead of focusing on the things that I do not have right now, um, I should be grateful for what I already have. So that is something that I intend to focus on. Now, that feeling of desiring for more, I think that is very natural. As human beings, we always long to have more. and it's okay. I feel that we need to embrace that and realize that it's always good to seek progress in life. It's better than being stagnant and just staying where you are and realizing that after many years you have never really grown. So for me, in every aspect of my life, yes, I do desire more, but I also know that it's equally important to remain in the moment and to grab whatever opportunities that comes along and to make the most of it. Okay, so that is something that I was reminded of today. And then something else occurred to me, that some people might be looking at my Steam journals and wondering, you know, why am I sharing this, under a label Steam journal or titled Steam journal? Some might assume that Steam journal basically refers to just all the technical stuff and all the STEAM education stuff. But it's not just that. When I talk about STEAM journal, to me, it's really about my entire journey of following my passions, my love for STEAM. And on top of that, it's also part of my journey to live out this calling that I have, for being a STEAM content creator. Now, this is, recently when I met up with an acquaintance and, soon to be someone that I'll be working with. I won't go into details right now. I will share more, in a couple of months when things are more final. But during my meetup with him, one thing sort of, somehow when you talk to people, sometimes it's sort of like a way of bouncing your answers off of them. And then when you hear your own answers and your own replies, and it helps to spark that thinking thought process. So as I was speaking to him over coffee, I realized that, this part of this purpose driven life that I'm trying to live right now, it is what gives me purpose. Yes, it will ultimately give me some side income, which could be quite good. I can always add it to my savings. I can occasionally spend a little bit of it for travel, when we can travel safely again, or to buy something that I really want. But ultimately, this now, to me, it's starting to become clearer that S4L Productions is going to be a side hustle more than a full-time career. I don't think it's something that I will be doing, like for the next 20, 30 years as a full-time gig. I mean, I don't really see that being possible right now. But I do think that doing this is what gives me a sense of purpose. It's meaningful. And then, of course, having a full time job, which pays well and allows me to maximize my talents and my skills and my experiences. That would be a career. So I will still have a career that I'll be more than happy, to take on for the long term. But yeah, I will continue to keep doing this on the side. Now, how long will I be doing this? Well, for as long as possible, up to a point where if life takes me down a different path, then we'll talk about that when that time comes. But there is no doubt to me that S4L, which stands for Steam for Life, is going to be something that will be with me for the rest of my life. So so the purpose I feel is one that doesn't change. How I go about fulfilling that purpose may shape further down the road. How will it shape? I guess that's the question. I don't have an answer to that. So when the time comes, I'll know. I think this is truly the beginning of my journey. I I do have a clear plan of where to begin. I have a clear plan of my starting point. You know, now that I'm working on a website, I'm getting things up and running. I'm starting to create new content that I will post onto the website and the YouTube channel. It it's just the starting point. It's kind of like when you're just starting the race, so you haven't really seen the middle of the route or the second quarter of the route, and you haven't even reached the third quarter. So for me, this whole journey is going to be a really long one. So I obviously can't say for sure where this will lead me 5 years down the road or 10 years down the road. But I do know that at least for the first few years of this, it will be consistently pretty much the same. Um, so yeah, so this is really it's a way for me to document my journey, so that someday, maybe when I look back on these videos, it was sort of maybe spark an inspiration or something. I don't know, but I do know one thing. I do remember one lesson in my life is that it's so important to document our journeys. Like I never used to think that it's important. I used to think that why bother, but now that I'm much older, when I look back, I honestly wish that I had document my journey. I guess also because in the past I've been made to feel that what I'm passionate about wasn't important. I have been made to feel. I guess there are many influences. Some are personal, some are private, some are in the workplace, the work culture. So there are a lot of influencing factors that led me to think and feel that my passions were less than important, that they don't matter. So, to a certain degree, I felt that there was no need to document whatever I was going through or whatever I was doing. But yeah, I really wish I did. Both the good and the bad. So I when I feel that when I'm thinking about, I would say the bad stuff, the ugly stuff. When I'm talking about the tough moments in my journey, it's sort of like a also documenting a lesson that I'm learning, that I have learned along the way. So that lesson, can be a reminder in the future, for myself, for those that could be watching this video. Um, so yeah, I will continue to document everything in my journey and share it with you guys. All right. So again, part of my purpose of doing this video log, this journal, at least this first few videos, is also an opportunity for me to find a way to fine tune the audio and video settings for the software. I'm using XSplit Broadcaster for my future live streams and video recording. So I'm using my Tron Max microphone. So this whole setup is relatively new to me. So it's going to take a while for me to uh, sort of tweak all the settings and get it just right. So if there are issues with my audio, if there are slight distortions in the video, do pardon me. I appreciate your patience, and I look forward to being able to iron all that out eventually. Now, if you like my Steam journals, if you are interested to watch more related stories and sort of me sharing my journey with you, do subscribe below and give me a like. And of course, there are other playlists that I'll be adding to my channel, covering many different topics related to Steam. So if my Steam journal might not be something that you're interested in, you can check out my other playlists to see if there's something that you like. So with that, I will catch up again with you guys probably sooner than later. Until then, please stay safe and take care of yourself. Good night, guys. Well, it's night for me. If it's morning for you, good morning, guys. Yeah, me signing off. Bye.